Hey everybody, this is Jordan Manley again, and I'm going to give you a quick tutorial today on the hi-hat. Okay, the hi-hat is one of the three main pieces of our drum set. Okay, the hi-hats are usually going to be used to keep time. So whether we're doing it in a rock and roll format where we're playing with our hand, quarter notes, or eighth notes, or 16th notes, or triplets. Okay, we can always keep time and kind of measure our beats on the hi-hat. Another thing we can do is we can control the hi-hat using the pedal, okay, which allows us to, instead of clapping the two cymbals together with our hands and like a traditional cymbalist would, we can just use our heel and our toe to control the hi-hat, which is something you'll see a lot in jazz. Okay, so let's take a look at this beautiful instrument and let's kind of explore the actual cymbals and the stand and all of the different moving parts that go into this hi-hat situation. Okay, here we go. Hi-hats 101. So this hi-hat stand and the cymbals included is made up of about four main pieces. There's the pull rod, the cymbals, the clutch, and the pedal down there. Okay, so let's talk about the cymbals first. Now, typically on a drum set, your cymbals would be 13 or 14 inches in diameter. Okay, my personal preference right now is to use a bigger cymbal. This is a 15-inch Istanbul cymbal, which is a little unusual to use big cymbals on the hi-hat, but I play a lot of rock and roll music, so I want big cymbals that can be really washy and loud if I need them to. Okay, now typically your top hi-hat cymbal is going to be thinner while your bottom hi-hat is thicker. Okay, but remember, this isn't a concrete rule. If you want to get more like a tighter definition on your, like when the beat of your stick hits the hi-hat, then you might want to consider using the heavy bottom hat for the top. Okay, and now the way we're going to put these together is we use our bottom cymbal to sit on the stand, while our top cymbal is going to be held together by a clutch. So let's talk about that. This is a hi-hat clutch. Okay, this mechanism is what's going to hold your top hat in place so that when you activate the pull rod and press the pedal, it's going to make that top hat splash up and down. Okay, now a general rule is that you never want metal touching metal when you assemble the parts of your drum set. So for the hi-hat, I'm going to take off the locking mechanism on the bottom. I'll take off the first felt, and then I'm going to put my first cymbal in place, and once again, no metal touching metal. So the felt goes on, and then I lock it in place. Now this clutch is a non-slip clutch by Gibraltar. I like it because it literally does not slip. I can play all day, and this hi-hat cymbal is not gonna wiggle loose. Now, traditional clutches have a screwing mechanism. They don't just lock like that, so they may come loose, especially if you're playing for an extended period of time. That's very much normal. Okay, if you have a screwing mechanism and your hi-hat comes loose, after playing 5 or 6 songs in a row, that's pretty normal. So you and your students might want to check on the tension of your clutch, especially when you're playing a full set of music. Okay, and then we're going to take this clutch, and now this will go over our pull rod like that. And notice nothing happens with the pedal here, so we have to lock our clutch into place. So next I'm going to just press my pedal down about maybe an inch, half an inch maybe, and then I tighten up my clutch, and bingo. Now my hi-hat is ready to clap cymbals together. Next is the pull rod. Okay, your hi-hat has a rod that goes from the top and relays all the way to the pedal, and this is what's gonna you're gonna lock your clutch onto this rod, and as you press the pedal, the rod gets moved. The rod pulls the cymbal down. Okay. Now, a common thing to watch out for on your pull rod is over time you'll probably wear out a certain side of your pull rod just because your clutch is going to be engaged and you have a metal clutch tightening against a metal pull rod. So eventually things are going to get worn out and they're going to start to slip. Simple solution for this, if you have a slipping spot on your pull rod, you know, maybe try adjusting your clutch to a cleaner side of your pull rod so that there's some actual friction that it can hold on to, and your problem solved. Another thing you'll encounter, especially if you're traveling, this pull rod, it's pretty easy to damage when you're traveling. So a common thing that I do is you can unscrew your pull rod just like that, and it'll detach from the rest of the cymbal stand. So that's very important, just to keep this pull rod clean and to keep it from being bent while you travel. Okay, so now that we know about the pull rod, let's follow the hi-hat stand to the bottom and we're going to talk about the pedal. Okay, so we're going to follow our pull rod all the way down. It connects to a chain here that's going to connect to a pedal which we can control with our foot. Okay, now very simple. A few things you can do down here. You can use this mechanism to adjust the action of your pedal. So if you want your pedal to be, the resting motion of your pedal to be more higher, you can adjust that here. If you want it to be lower, you can also rotate it the other way. And it's different for every hi-hat stand. Every brand of cymbal stand kind of has its own adjusting mechanism. Okay? Now, you also have these two spurs here that kind of go into the side of your pedal. That's important because if you don't have those locked into place, then your pedal is going to be uncontrollable. Okay, so we'll lock these into place. And we can control our pedal just like that. So I hope that gave you a better understanding of the hi-hat pedal. It can be a frustrating piece of equipment just because there are so many different moving parts to it. So I hope that gives you an understanding of how everything works, how to protect and take care of your cymbals, and how to keep this stand operating for a long period of time. Okay? So thanks for listening. Once again, I'm Jordan Manley. Let's talk about drums again sometime. But for now, I'm just going to play a little solo for you on just the hi-hat. Have a good day.